And we're back with the same thing we were already doing. The best thing, so we're lucky we're doing this. Let's turn the music down a little more. We gotta hear all the explosions. That seems about right. There actually was a crash that I experienced while using the cheats, but the cheats are disabled now, so it doesn't matter. But the crash was only on the demo title screen. This screen we're on right now. But when you let it go to an actual demo that's just gameplay, none of the options visible. In that circumstance, then the game can crash. Because a vehicle on screen is actually fighting the, like, disco boxes, the glitched out character models. Cream puff difficulty. We're taking it easy. And we're allowed to use CPU allies, but I don't want them. They're bad. What we do want is Thumper. Thumper is another one of those dominant vehicles. Almost every game has its dominant vehicle. Thumper has the most time submitted for it, but it does not hold the world record. The world record is sub 20 minutes, and it is held by someone who has the world record in virtually every category, in virtually every PS1 Twisted Metal. And for this game, he used Club Kid. You'll be delighted to hear. I don't think it's optimal to use Club Kid, but it's the only sub 20 in the game's history. I despise Club Kid. I recently edited Club Kid into a Twisted Metal Black video as a joke, because people know that I hate the damn thing. This is wonderful, though. Thumper drives like a dream. Kind of love that almost every game in the series has vehicles that only appear in that game. I want to say Twisted Metal 2, every vehicle in that game reappears elsewhere. But I like that games in the series have their own unique vehicles for the most part. Now, there's not much of a speedrun strat for this level. The strats actually start to arrive in Area 51. Most of the strats revolve around skipping switches. Until then, it's basically just a matter of don't let enemies get health refills. I'm going to wait for the screen to go black before I split for the first time ever. I don't know if this actually will be a speedrun attempt as much as just practice for some of the tricks. We'll see. But if you're into watching these speedrun attempts, this one will be going on YouTube if it's successful, if we actually get to the end without a game over, which is likely. All the other ones I've done are still viewable on my Twitch page until they have been up for 2 weeks. Then Twitch deletes them automatically. I could archive them, but I do not intend to. It's just speedrun attempts, but they're fun. They're a good watch, if indeed you like to watch that sort of thing. And if not, then they aren't. I could do a separate VODs channel. That is sort of what I use my Twitch page as. When I want to keep a thing, but I don't want to spam YouTube with uploads, I keep it on my Twitch page. Some of the videos that are exclusively up on Twitch are, like, really good. I think they're really good videos. I just don't want to spam YouTube with, like, 10 videos a day. And I know they won't get huge amounts of views. So they get their own separate little world to exist in. So far it works well, but I wouldn't mind if more people watched, like, my Dino Crisis playthrough. I thought that went really well. There's quite a few like that out there. Worth checking out, I think. Some legitimate gold up on my Twitch page. And when I say that about something I made, you know it's good. Because I hate the stuff that I make. There's a way to get close enough that you can land a napalm directly without having to do the arc thing. But I haven't been getting it, even though this vehicle is the closest to the ground of any of them. Uh-oh. This is already a bad speedrun. Unsurprisingly. It's kind of hilarious in retrospect that the 2 videos that I have uploaded to YouTube of me speedrunning are uploaded because they're extremely good times. Like, I did a lot of work to get the times as low as I did before uploading them. But the videos themselves are largely just me complaining about how bad the runs are. Because at that point, I've done so much work that I know what a good run looks like. And all I see are the mistakes. Whereas when I did my first run of Twisted Metal 1, I was largely positive. I thought it went really well. And then in retrospect, I was playing so sloppily and doing all sorts of huge mistakes. The sort of stuff that I'm probably doing right now that's a huge mistake. The Twisted Metal 1 run was especially weird. I still barely understand how that ended up being a sub 15. But I know better than to question the timer now. Okay, taking a death this early is probably very bad. What are you gonna do? It's been an extremely bad playthrough of the Washington, D.C. level. One thing I like about this game is that you don't carry your weapons over between levels. I honestly think that's a better design choice. You get such a different experience. And you have to focus on keeping your levels between your ammunition between levels. Never been to my liking, honestly, even though Twisted Metal Black is my favorite in the series. And it very much does the same. I'm gonna end up having to be very careful in all the boss levels. Because even on Cream Puff, they are broken. That was, I'm going to say, a terrible first split for Washington, but it will be easy to beat. Now we got to attempt another skip. So I want to find switch number 1. I think it's... Nope, that's 2. I've checked every single switch, and the last one I checked, of course, is number 1. Line it up right about here or so. That wasn't it. I'll give this a few attempts. I'm probably gonna have to practice it off screen. Because the switches explode in this level so quickly that you start to get into time loss territory pretty quickly. It must involve a jump to do this thing. But it is possible to go off of this little ramp so quickly and at such a angle that you fly up onto the second level, skip all the ground floor switches, and just get the spaceship attack immediately. And in so doing, save maybe like 40 seconds, I'm gonna guess. It's not the end of the world to not get it. Not for a first time, anyway. Yeah, Twisted Metal Black, when I start speedrunning that, it's gonna be weird. I'm already a bit of a weird perfectionist with Twisted Metal Black. Speedrunning it is not gonna make that any better. Let's get that set off immediately. Somehow not kill Hammerhead in the process. She was directly above me. For some reason, didn't go for a health refill. Lucky me. For once. Upside down again. Maybe that's what Primeval was. Driven by a turtle that whole time. Considering how much time it spent on its back, unable to get back up. 10 minutes in already, and we're not exactly halfway through the game. Although, honestly, this is not going horribly. I just don't have the strats and stuff down yet. So a lot of my practice is going to be dedicated to mastering the strats so that I can do them consistently. Because we actually have strats this time. It was kind of nice not to have to worry about them, but it's also way more satisfying to actually be doing a thing that is speedrun specific when you're speedrunning. Trying my hardest to like spam rear fire missiles. No luck with the napalm. Out of weapons, and I am now certain enemies are going to start going for health refills. Would not be acceptable for them to acquire any. I'm probably going to have to learn how to use the terrible weapons with some degree of efficacy, which seems impossible right now. But skimming through the high-level speedruns, I did see that a lot of the gameplay in these levels are very, very awkward. And there's a subtle expertise to it all, and I'm just not familiar enough to notice the nuance of it. As was very much the case with Twisted Metal 1 as well. Uh-oh. Grim's behavior is very worrisome. Thankfully, he fell off the building before he got this. That should zap everybody. Not quite. Grim, where the hell are you? Thank you. You've seen Grim die so many times today, and it's still never enough. Have we got anything of value for Sweet Tooth? Why are my energy moves not going off? There we go. Sweet Tooth, we can just keep bouncing on his head basically forever. Thumper's special is extremely good. It's not a flamethrower, but it may as well be. Essentially, this is a game with a hell of a lot of flamethrowers in it. It's like Twisted Metal 1, every special is just a missile. Half the specials in this game are flamethrowers that may or may not have been reskinned. Gotcha, with a rear fire. Who needs to see him get hit with a missile? Not I. Now, the fact that we did reasonably well and got through the first levels quickly is meaningless because the later levels have like twice as many opponents in them. Means they're going to take way, way, way longer. Now, Club Kid prevents me from moving for a long time. This game has exponentially more RNG than Twisted Metal 1 did. Twisted Metal 1 was largely the same opponents every single time you play it. This one, never the same opponents. And there are definitely a lot of opponents that you would prefer not to see, as it is optimal not to have to fight them. Whereas people like Grim, you do want to see. They're easy to get rid of. There we go. So Thumper is so close to the ground, you can sort of slide underneath enemies. And then while you're underneath them, you can launch a napalm. And that's a thing. The fact that she was going for the teleporter suggested that there was a health refill out here. Ended up not being the case. There's one. It's a huge time loss that you have to go and get every single blue square that ever respawns. Because it swings the entire battle so thoroughly in the enemy's favor if they ever get one of them. You simply cannot allow it. And they're gonna try. Good. Minion is where things get serious anyway. I like how everyone is stacked up. That's highly exploitable. But I don't like how I have no weapons. Thankfully, I added like an hour and a half to my random songs playlist. Because I'm going to end up needing to use it a lot. Cover up this game's licensed soundtrack. Still no end in sight to London. Weapons are just So very ineffective. One down at least. And Minion's about to get here. I don't really have a good plan for how to kill Minion here. I got nothing to deal damage. Start. We're gonna see when we find Outlaw. It's not gonna go very far. Outlaw is just randomly teleporting all around the level. Doesn't care about the laws of physics. Classic cop. Laws do not apply to them. Good. If I could kill every enemy that quickly, we'd have an actual speedrun on our hands, rather than whatever this is that I'm doing. Great. Very speedy, what I'm seeing there. Two vehicles not moving at all. So if we stay close enough, he cannot freeze us. Good to know. He's on his head. We'll leave him in that state for a little while. And not take advantage of it in any way. Did he just get a health refill? I think he recovered HP. I'm not fond of. Look at those little wheels go. Trying their best. Our fire missiles ought to do a number on him. If I can get him in front of me, which... easier said. Uh-oh. I don't think that will cost me a life, officially. Let's find out. I did not lose a life there. It was all an illusion. Okay, bye. Oh, man. Well, this was going great. We started at exactly the right spot, and then that happened. I've never seen that happen quite like that, and I hope never to see it happen like that again. Now I gotta go around the entire level all over and hit the radar. And that's not going to get the radar. Not even slightly. I'm not very familiar with this vehicle's physics. So what it does when it reaches an edge, we'll try to learn. Looked for a second like Firestarter was just going to run himself into the lava. Wouldn't have killed him, so it actually probably would have been a good strat. Better than whatever that strat was. Spooky sci-fi music from a different Twisted Metal game, a much better one. Keeping us well fed. While I make a third attempt to get the goddamn radar. Trying to break in midair using a button that does not break in this game. Really thought I was close to missing it again. My fragile mental health probably would not have survived if I lost it once more. There, thank you for lining me up perfectly. Get a free shot, Augur. They knew a health refill was going to spawn in before it even happened. This would be a great time to use an napalm. Missed my chance. Got mortars. Okay. Fair play to you, mortars. I underestimated you. Love kids here. I thought I'd blown up the fan. Would have killed Club Kid. Still had some opportunities to push people in, but I missed my chance. Don't have any specials ready or anything. Nothing with good knockback. Every time I forget why my controls simply stop working, it's because Club Kid is right there. Ruining the game for me. That mortar's never gonna land, and I got nothing better. Now I finally do. Beautiful. Honestly, the rain is completely worthless in every game in which it appears. Even the Rain 2, which is supposed to be upgraded with like homing effects. Just anytime you're using the rain, you are wasting your time. And I'm gonna get rid of the full health because it just can't be here. It's too out in the open, and someone's gonna grab it as soon as their health gets even slightly low. Too dangerous. It really should have been inside one of these temples. Keep it out of the hands that it should not be in. Rim might be coming my way. As Axel leaves, Grim's standing in place. Grim is not moving even slightly. What are you doing, Grim? We have business to attend to. There's a crypt with your name on it. What are you doing over there? Wasting my time. So, not only is what enemies you get the most random as that it possibly could be, their behavior is so random. So unbearably random. Augur's still down there. He's the obedient one. I like Augur. Why can't you other nerds be like Augur? Somehow Mr. Grimm lost most of his health. He's getting sunburn out there. His bones will bleach in the sun. And he'll probably go to hell. For that is his great reward. I cannot believe how poorly behaved he's being. And I have to go and kill him manually. Just don't like how I treated you as a cohort. This badly. Gotta ruin my first attempt at a speedrun. That's a lot of lightning. Okay, Augur wants to join. Very good. Glad there isn't like a cap of 2 on the lightning, as there probably should be. That's good enough. Now I just gotta keep him away from hell. Axel's trying it. No, he's not. Axel is accepting his fate. And now we got plenty more lightnings. Well, let's take them all back home. As soon as I'm back on my feet. These horrible, horrible blue squares out of here. There's a cheat code that just turns off all health refills, and it would make the game better. But I do kind of need the things occasionally. And we play the waiting game. Everyone's favorite. And they're avoiding me again. Really not understanding why they won't come join me. It's normally very, very consistent. But they know I got a timer running. Someone told them. Now they gotta do this to me. Okay. Make up for it, everyone's here. Can't afford to stay there because I will die before any of them. That was our big payoff. Everyone killed at the same time. But yeesh, that should have taken like 3 minutes less. Now, can I do this trick again? I did it in one try last time with a much larger, more awkward vehicle. You move it sort of an angle and you do that. Yeah, it's pretty consistent. It's way easier than the Area 51 trick I'm gonna have to learn. But the Area 51 trick saves about a minute at best, so this one definitely saves more. So I'm pretty sure it saves more. This would also be a great time to use the lightning. Because it will hit the most enemies at once if I use it now. Which means even more screen flashing. It's just the most screen flashing afflicted speedrun I've ever done. Should be Augur dead. It's normally a tough one to get rid of. Small Brawl will be speedrun eventually. And honestly, a lot of these games are somewhat competitive. Which is weird to me because they're all RNG. But even Twisted Metal 3 here has like 8 different time submissions. For the sort of games I pay attention to, that's actually quite a few. Very good sense of where the good pickups are, at least. Not so much where the enemies are. I do miss being able to just ram enemies to death. That was so satisfying in Twisted Metal 1. You didn't have to waste your time running around for pickups. There. If you get an enemy pinned up against a wall, then you can fire napalms point blank. They'll definitely land. Well, I'm gonna need specials in order to push Primeval into the hole. I'm realizing. Got one. One might be enough, because our special has gigantic knockback. I just gotta set myself in the perfect spot right next to the hole, and we should get an instant kill. Just do things perfectly and you win. Not perfect so far. This is perfect. Oh yeah. How to take advantage of it, which I did not. And he's gone. He'll be back. He'll come crawling back. Yeah, this has been a visibly and palpably bad run, but I can nonetheless improve quite a bit. For reasonable circumstances. Roll them on in. I'll join you. Looks like fun. And we're cream puff, so we don't have to see Thumper's terrible ending. I split a few seconds late. Deal breaker. So that was fine. Honestly, about what I expected. Pretty sure that is worse than every time that has been submitted on speedrun.com. By a considerable margin, but if we shave 15 minutes off, we have a world record. That's all. Okay, even then we don't have a world record, but we are close. We'll have like second place. So clearly sub 30, very, very attainable. And significantly lower, I expect that this will be significantly lower by the time I'm done. We'll get that trick where we jump to the top of the spaceship. That should be fun. This is not last place on the leaderboard. Last place is 40 minutes. We are now 8th place on the leaderboard. Not even by a huge margin, but yeah, we can climb a few spots in the near future. Throughout the week, really. I am looking forward to having a less embarrassing speedrun personal best in Twisted Metal 3. Playing as Thumper is very fun. So at least I get to do that. And if you enjoyed it, tune in throughout the week. Probably almost every day. I mean, the reason I skipped Twisted Metal 2 is because this is a week where I have profoundly little free time. Abnormally little free time. And Twisted Metal 2 is going to take the most practice of any game in the entire series to get decent at. So I'm going to hold off on it until I get a more clear schedule. Twisted Metal 3, however, probably the second easiest speedrun in the series. So, I'm gonna take advantage of its inherent easiness. And still get adequate sleep. which will abstractly and indirectly assist me in getting better times as well. Yeah, we don't have much more days before I wrap this up and move on to something else, which certainly will not be Twisted Metal 2 still. I'm still not ready for Twisted Metal 2. That one's going to take a lot of attention. And I just don't have that free time. Ooh, very bad start. Slightly better continuation. Now I gotta kill Club Kid from scratch with no weapons. More than anything, I'm glad I got to try out my new strategies and see how all the practice paid off, and it did pay off. We are measurably several minutes faster than we were yesterday. Speedrunning terms, that's pretty huge for a 30-minute run. Alrighty. Feed my PB a little bit. I'm starting to realize flower power is more of a threat than I ever suspected. It seems to have way more health than I originally thought. It's like Spectre, Club Kid, Mr. Grimm obviously all die very, very quickly. Flower power, not so much. Despite its diminutive size, it can actually take a hit. Now, all the weapons in this game are pretty powerful, so even the big ones won't last too long under sustained fire, but you appreciate when the enemies just drop dead. That was pretty efficient. What do I have for Dark Side here? It's right behind me. If I hadn't started fishtailing, I would have been able to hit him a lot harder, a lot sooner. But I'm still doing a lot better than he is. That's a time save. Apparently a golden time save. Now for the real test.
After the US government banished all people from Hangar 18,
Test passed. If I can follow this through.
Watch for its defense system. It's most powerful.
Now we have a lot of weapons. And the zapper. Oh, wow! Wow! That's shockingly fast. Actually shocking. I shocked them all. Desperately trying not to make a shocker joke, because those are just the worst. But by calling it out, I effectively have done so. What are you gonna do? Damned intrusive thoughts. Well, now all I need is not to get a horrible North Pole for once in my life. Doesn't even have to be good. Although getting pit maneuvered off the bridge is a recipe for not being good. Just get us all out of here real quick. Oh, I'm stuck inside the ramp. And on a whirlpool, for that matter. Well, if everyone's going to live inside the pit, most of the pit is susceptible to the lightning attack. That's one free kill. Not really hitting anyone else. Good. Spectre has so little health that I can actually use homing missiles to kill it. Unless it freezes me. Where is it? That's pretty good. Whole lot of damage all at once. Few napalms and we're out of here. Good. That seems to have saved time. By quite a bit. Now it's all just maintenance. There are plenty of time saves to be had throughout the rest of the game. But not so much at my skill level. Yet. All I really gotta do is not lose boatloads of time on anything. How does Clubcad yet live? Trying to get a health refill to increase his longevity. And have that in our lives. Where's he going? Where the hell is he going? Dropping like flies. Spectre could be killed very rapidly. Even rain missiles are actually pretty powerful when fired from point blank. So I could probably start to use them as like backup napalms. Instead of just avoiding them. Damn. Use mortars as backup napalms. Let's turn everything into a backup napalm. Try not to die. Trying not to die is not going so well so far. Okay, took one with me. I see so. Say so. Glad you could show up for what might be a decent run. The numbers are okay until that very moment, but I think we had a death in this level during the last decent run I had, so... Not a run killer by any means. Just a run slower downer. Uh-oh. That was almost a run killer. Get that mess out of here. I did not line up my napalms properly. Had to hit myself pretty hard to get rid of that sucker. So if we can get rid of minion expediently, we'll be in great shape. Just gotta avoid infinite freeze combos. I say the instant I get frozen. Starting to think that rain missiles are much less effective when they hit someone directly. Like, it seemed to do virtually nothing when it was going right into the target. Okay, still a good run. Even saved a tiny bit of time. You know, I never looked up critical depth as a speedrun. Critical depth is a very, very long game. But so is Rogue Trip, the other game by Single Track. And Rogue Trip definitely has a speedrun. A pretty well-optimized one. Like, Rogue Trip is under half an hour, I think. Which is wild, because Rogue Trip has, like, 10 levels, 2 bonus levels, 3 boss fights. Rogue Trip is a very long game. Way longer than any Twisted Metal besides 2012. Which is the exception to every rule in the series. Mr. Grimm, grievously injured somehow. Flower power. I don't know what the hell she's doing. She ain't doing it here no more. She's dying. Gladly take a free kill on Spectre. Mr. Grimm, it's a little overkill if I were to zap him. Augur, though, would be a great zap target. Or maybe the respawns. Or combat's gonna go this well. Yeah. Pretty solid. Still got a spare radar. Good to have, because the enemies are pretty strong. Oh, wow. No kills in the fan. Warthog just drove out of there like it was nothing. Uh-oh. Gained a lot of time on the first round. I'm losing time on the respawns, though. You can always check speedrun.com. See if there's any times for critical death listed there. But if it's on neither speedrun.com nor YouTube, then it probably just hasn't been done. Which is kind of surprising. Maybe it's out there. I will assume it is out there. Huh. Free world record if you play critical death, even one time. But is it worth it? Some would say no. Losing time very, very badly because of how I misused all the gimmicks here in Tokyo. Still in the green. There's one last place you can check for speedrun times, and that is Twitch itself. Some people archive their runs here on Twitch and nowhere else. But that's a bit of a long shot. Did not get very good hits with the eye somehow. I guess it does a lot less damage than the radar. Even though it looks exactly the same. Shit, I got rolled. Damn. Easily got out of the way of my special. as most non-frozen enemies do. Okay. Now to use the secret technique that I didn't know existed even a little bit. Here we just teleport everyone into the death pit. The Doom tube. Going in, Warthog. You know you wanna. Don't take me with you, though. I got other people to lure. Yeah, I'll just thump for a while. Now let's just go for it. Then we all teleport to the Doom tube. Now we're all here. That went okay. Ah. We gotta finish this off. Right quick if I don't want to lose time, though. Okay. Clawing back a little bit. A good blimp. Good year blimp, even. Could have us in a perfectly solid run. That was it. Yep. Look at how cleared it is. Uh-oh. Damn it. Oh, I'm severely frozen. Frozen multiple times consecutively. So we're taking a detour. Never mind, health refill's gone. Although that was foolish because there's a full health refill at the lightning that I'm going to get. It's hitting just about everybody. Flamethrower off. Mine is inexplicably better, despite not being flames. Took a real long time to get one of the 5 kills we need, though. We got dealt better opponents. One of them is still Warthog. This music, of course it's Sabaton-esque because it is from Guilty Gear. And they are thoroughly inspired by famous metal musicians. Sabaton is very highly respected among heavy metal aficionados. Or I guess power metal? The distinction is minimal. Damn it. Thought I had more remote bombs. I thought Warthog's health was way lower. He might have somehow gotten a health refill. Oh, I'm Pretty sure they were all gone. Very good. Got a special ready to go. Warthog went off, he revealed the health refill, and then didn't grab it. Which is miraculous. I have never played Guilty Gear. Static is a fan of fighting games, and he hooked me up with some of their soundtracks. Okay, I'll take it. So that theoretically is pretty much my goal. I wanted to get in the 25-minute range, but what I really want, deep down, secretly, that I wasn't telling anybody, was a sub 25. And we're definitely able to do so. The higher level runs, we're currently like in the cluster of higher level runs, because there's a 32-minute and a 40-minute time submitted that are just, they're a joke. I was able to beat them easily, but after that it gets down to 24.5 minutes. If we can break our way not even into the top 5 but to number 6, we will have an extremely good run on our hands. It's not guaranteed, but what's my sum of best looking like? Just compare against best segment. Save my best time. My sum of best is well below 25 now. Thanks to a bunch of golds. Adding up quickly. So yeah, we could and probably will get sub 25 before this grind is over. The grind continues tomorrow. I should definitely be wrapping up for the day.